Jesse Ramos.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah.
Good
Busy.
to hear.
Good. I'm in a rabbit-free zone right now. It feels pretty nice.
I was at a rabbit-free zone, John.
Yeah. Well, they're upstairs, I'm downstairs, so I don't have to be distracted with them eating things here while I'm trying to pay attention to, you know, the things we do.
I'm sure they're quite comical, though.
What's that?
I'm sure they're quite comical.
One of them jumped on Colleen's face the other evening at 11 o'clock at night. That was not comical.
No.
Literally, she was in bed. He jumps from the floor 3 feet up on the bed and lands right on her face. Not funny.
No, it is not.
Just want to double check. Anderson is the chair for this one, right?
That's me.
Cool.
All right, I do believe it is 10:45 and we will get started. I will call today's Public Safety and Health Committee meeting to order. Today is Wednesday, October 28th. And as you've all guessed, we are still meeting virtually via Zoom webinar. And there are still many ways to participate with City Council and give comment. And they can all be found at the website, www.ci.missoula.mt.us/webcasts. There you can find the agenda for all our upcoming meetings, ways to comment on open agenda items, as well as to sign up to be in attendance to one of our various committee meetings, as well as our Monday night City Council meetings. You can always go ahead and leave us a voicemail at City Council by calling 406-552-6012. That voicemail will go to all members of the City Council, and you can always feel free to email us your comments at council@ci.missoula.mt.us. And our committee meetings, as well as our Monday night council meetings, are streamed from the webcast website, as well as our YouTube channel, and finally on MCAT Spectrum Channel 190. So even though we are safely distancing, there are plenty of ways to continue to be involved with the work that we are doing. So we have one item on the agenda. I will call roll and then we will get to that. So Anderson is here. Contos is here. Looks like Mirta, there's Miss Sarah. Heather Harp is there. Jordan Hess, Gwen Jones is present. Do I see Julie Merritt, I do believe is there. She is. Mr. Ramos is here. Miss Cheryl is here. Miss Fasica is here. Brian von Lossberg is absent today, and Heidi West. So we have 11 counselors present, 1 absent. We do have minutes to approve. We have the minutes from our meeting on October 14th as well as October 21st. Without objection, those will stand approved. Seeing no objections. Okay, great. Well, we will, I guess, let's see if we have any comment public here. We do not have any public. If that changes, I will open it up for public comment, and we'll move on to our one agenda item for today, which is a motion to purchase a fire truck. So I do believe we have Assistant Chief Brad Davis with us, who will be presenting this item. And there you are.
There I am. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Stacy. Yes, as Stacy just introduced our resolution, and myself, I'm Brad Davis, Assistant Fire Chief, Missoula Fire Department, and I'm coming to you to ask for approval to move forward with the purchase of one Type 1 fire engine using money that was approved in the core replacement budget this fiscal year, and also to move forward with the purchase and build of an additional Type 6 wildland apparatus, which was also approved in this year's core replacement budget. We do have I believe, attached documentation of a price bid for the fire engine that was acquired through the Fire Rescue Group Purchasing Organization, and that came in at $571,000 and change for that apparatus. And we have asked for $620,000 to allow us additional money for equipment to put on that fire engine once we take possession of the apparatus itself. And then also in this referral, I have a request for, I believe, $80,000 for the build of a wildland apparatus. Our maintenance division is planning on purchasing a vehicle chassis through the purchasing policy laid out by the city, and then building with a flatbed and pumps and tanks and all of that, building the wildland apparatus in our maintenance division here in the fire department to save us money versus purchasing a fully built apparatus. And that would give us the ability to take some equipment off of some of our existing apparatus that's going to be replaced and surplus, taking the pump and tank off of some of those units and being able to build our own. So one of the benefits of having a fantastic maintenance division within our fire department to be able to do work like that. So that is my request, and I'm obviously available for any questions or any further clarification.
All right. Thank you, Assistant Chief Davis. Just out of curiosity, what would it take to buy a brand new Type 6 wildland engine if we were just to go out to market to purchase it?
Roughly. I got Eric Petroff standing 6.5 feet from me.
Very good.
I don't know if he has any quotes, but
no, I would guess for the 120 if we're gonna go to the BME.
he says about 120,000.
Wonderful.
Rough estimate.
Thank you so much. Okay, so looks like Miss Merritt has a question.
I was going to go ahead and make the recommended motion and thank Assistant Chief Davis very much for the ingenuity of making, taking that expertise in our maintenance department and being able to build the ideal piece of equipment, hopefully from the parts that you've got. I'm glad to know that we have that kind of expertise. So thank you very much.
Great, thanks for that motion. It's in order. I actually do have one more question for Assistant Chief Davis. So will this Type 1 engine add to our fleet number, or will it be replacing an engine that is past its due date?
Great question, Stacy. It will be replacing an engine. We just put one online, so I will be coming back to you to declare a Type 1 engine surplus in the very near future. And then once we take possession of the engine I'm requesting today that will also replace, and we will declare surplus and sell those fire engines as our new fleet comes online. So it will be replacing, and we will be surplusing and selling engines as we get them online.
Great. And then what is the lifespan in years of an engine, a Type 1 engine? We expect it.
Yeah, so we run them 10 years frontline and then 5 years in reserve status. And so 15 years is what we're getting out of our Type 1. And we reevaluated that. I think we did about 3 to 5 years ago. I can't remember exactly. So just naturally, as our call volume increases and the amount of hours and mileage that we put on the rigs throughout their course drives that replacement schedule. And 3 years ago, I think it was 3 years ago, when we ran that out, we were right on track at that 10-year frontline and 5-year reserve status still held true. And that was the core replacement schedule that we had built out. So we haven't had to make an adjustment on our Type 1 engines, but we are monitoring that. And as we continually run more and more calls, that may drive that number down to an 8-year. I don't know. But right now, it's a 10-year lifespan with a frontline. We bump it into reserve status and use it as a reserve engine for an additional 5 years. And then we replace that engine.
Great. Well, they're expensive pieces of equipment, but we
Yes, they
definitely
are.
getting full use out of them. So, all right. There's a motion on the floor. I've asked enough questions. Does anybody else have any questions or comments before we move to a vote? All right. Seeing none, I will take a quick roll call vote. Anderson, I vote yes. Contos?
Yes.
Okay, great. Becerra?
Yes.
Harp?
Yes.
Okay, great. Hess?
Yes.
Jones?
Yes.
Merritt?
Yes.
Ramos?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
Basika?
Yes.
And West?
Yes.
All right, that's yes. Yeah, yeses are 11, absence 1. That will be on the consent agenda this coming Monday evening. And Mr. Davis, how long until we have possession of this bright, shiny new fire engine?
Typically, once we get the approval on Monday and get the contract signed by the mayor, I believe they're at a 10-month,
11 to 14.
an 11-month build. So 11 months, hopefully, from the time we sign that contract.
Great. Thank you so much for all your hard work. Continue to keep it up. And that is all we have for today's Public Safety and Health meeting, folks. So with that, we will be adjourned and we will see you at 11:15. Oh, Miss Harp, were you waving or saying hi? Okay, great. We will see you at our next meeting here in a little bit.